Once upon a time, there was a lion who was lost in a forest. He had been walking non-stop for days, trying to find his way home to the grassy plains, but it was no use. The forest was too thick with trees, and he didn't know how to find enough food to keep up his energy. So he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. Sometime later, 2 mice were on their way home when they spotted the lion asleep right outside their door. The mice were very afraid, but their hungry babies were inside, and the mommy and daddy knew that if their babies got too hungry, they would squeak like crazy and wake up the lion. Not knowing if lions like to eat mice, they decided that they would take a chance and tiptoe up one side of the lion and down the other to get inside their house, as going over the lion was the only way they could get in. Mother Mouse went first, taking all the food from Daddy Mouse so she could feed her children right away.
"You be careful,"
she said to him, and then she climbed up the lion's fur and tiptoed alongside his back. The lion was asleep, but he felt a tickle and moved his paw to scratch his back, shifting positions to make himself more comfortable. Mother Mouse froze like a statue, as all mice do when they're afraid, until the lion quieted down and became still again. Then she scampered off of the lion and into her house. Daddy Mouse watched as the lion scratched the side of his body where Mother Mouse just was, and then waited a couple of minutes until the lion was peacefully sleeping again. When he was sure it was safe, Daddy Mouse tiptoed up the side of the lion and onto his back. This time, the lion woke up, and before Daddy Mouse knew what was happening, the lion reached around to scratch his back again. Instead of finding the spot where he itched, the lion was surprised to feel Daddy Mouse. He grabbed his tail with his paw and held him in front of his face.
"Please don't eat me,"
Daddy Mouse said before the lion could make another move.
"I taste horrible, and my hair is sticky. It'll just stick in your teeth and poke around on the insides of your mouth, and you'll never be able to get it out. You'll have my hair in your mouth forever."
The lion thought the squeaky way the mouse talked was funny, so he said,
"Oh, I needed that laugh. Thank you. But yes, I'm afraid I'm going to have to eat you anyway. It's been days since my last meal."
And with that, he opened his mouth and lowered the mouse inside.
"But wait,"
the mouse said, spreading out his feet and arms on the sides of the lion's mouth to stop himself from going inside.
"I have children who need me. I'll do anything. I'll repay you greatly if you just let me go."
Now this made the lion laugh even harder than the mouse's squeaky voice, for what could a tiny mouse possibly do for a great big lion? But the lion felt sorry for the mouse and thought of his own children growing up without their father, so he let the mouse go.
"Thank you,"
said the mouse as he scampered toward his house.
"I will repay you. Just wait and see."
Days went by and the lion still hadn't found his way out of the forest. In fact, he was so lost that he never realized he had just been walking in great big circles the whole time. Every tree looked the same, and he couldn't tell the difference between one flower and another, so he just kept walking and walking until, boom! He found himself swinging in midair, caught in a hunter's trap. There was netting all around him, but he wasn't afraid. One swipe of his big paw would surely get him down, he thought, and so he tried to move. But he couldn't. His legs were trapped under him, and he couldn't push himself up on the net to get them free. He was stuck, and now he was afraid. So he started to roar. The mice, who were inside their house preparing to eat lunch, heard the lion's roar and trembled with fear.
"That's the lion who almost ate you,"
said Mother Mouse to Daddy Mouse. He shook his head up and down and tiptoed over to the window to see what was going on. He saw the lion swinging in the hunter's net way up in the air. Mother Mouse peeked over his shoulder, and when she saw that the lion was trapped, she rejoiced.
Yay!
She squeaked, dancing a happy little mouse dance.
He's tied up! Now he'll never be able to eat us.
But Daddy Mouse was not happy at all. He saw the look on the lion's face, and he knew the lion wasn't angry at all. He was roaring because he was scared.
I have to help him,
said Daddy Mouse as he ran to the door.
You have to what?
Asked Mommy Mouse as she pulled the door closed and grabbed her husband's hands.
You don't have to do anything but stay in this house and stay safe with us.
No, I have to, said Daddy Mouse, pushing the door open.
I promised him I would repay him
for letting me go. Mommy Mouse dropped her hands and looked at the floor. She always told her children that words are powerful, and that when you tell someone you're going to do something, you keep your word and do it. So she kissed Daddy Mouse and told him to be safe and fast. Daddy Mouse ran to where the lion was trapped and called up to him.
Just hold still, I'll get you down.
The lion roared in anguish and said,
Don't bother. I wasn't able to get myself out, and I'm huge. There's nothing that your tiny self will be able to do.
But the mouse didn't listen. He looked around to see what was holding the lion in the air, and he saw that a rope was attached to the net and tied around a tree. He scrambled over to the tree, crawled up to the rope, and began to bite it. He chewed and he chewed and he chewed until the rope snapped apart. The lion fell to the ground with a loud crash, and the net opened up. The lion roared with laughter.
I can't believe you did it! You are truly an amazing little creature!
Just because I'm little doesn't mean I can't do great big things,
said the mouse proudly.
Now, why are you still here in my forest?
I may have to remain here in the forest,
said the lion sadly,
for I can't find my way out into my home.
Oh, all you have to do is go that way. I'll draw you a map.
The mouse ran into his house, and a little while later emerged with a map that was easy for the lion to read.
Now I can go home to my family!
Shouted the lion happily. He looked at the mouse with gratitude, very, very, very thankful that the mouse decided to help him after all.
You are so right! You're little, but you can do great big things!
And from then on, the lion never ate another mouse, for he was so thankful for the daddy mouse who kindly saved his life in more ways than